The moment you hear this message, something inside you may already feel that there is truth here. There is a person connected to your energy right now who's been thinking about you much more deeply than you might realize. This is not a light or casual thought for them. What they feel is something that has been slowly growing inside their heart. They may not have expressed it openly yet, but internally they are beginning to understand that you mean more to them than they expected. Something about you has touched a part of their heart that has been quiet for a long time. This connection between you and this person does not feel like something simple or surface level. There's a deeper emotional current flowing beneath it. Sometimes when two people meet, the connection feels pleasant but ordinary. But in this situation, the energy feels different. It feels like there is something meaningful unfolding behind the scenes. This person has begun to experience an internal realization about you. They are starting to see you in a new way, and those thoughts are beginning to shift their emotions. Part of the reason this realization feels so powerful is because this person has been through emotional pain before. At some point in their past, they experienced a situation that deeply affected their trust. It could have been betrayal, heartbreak, or an ending that left them feeling emotionally overwhelmed. Moments like that change the way people approach love and connection. When someone's trust has been broken deeply, they do not open their heart easily again. Because of that past experience, this person slowly built emotional protection around themselves. Instead of allowing people to come close right away, they became more careful. They began observing people from a distance before allowing themselves to become emotionally involved. They learned to protect their feelings so they would not experience that same kind of pain again. Over time, this protection became part of who they are. They developed a habit of analyzing situations carefully. They notice people's behavior, they watch how conversations unfold, and they take time before deciding whether someone can be trusted. To others, they may appear calm, quiet, or even emotionally distant. But the truth is that this distance is simply their way of staying safe. This person does not rush into emotional connections. They prefer to watch and understand someone first. They want to feel secure before allowing their heart to open again. Their caution is not because they lack feelings. In fact, their emotional depth is quite strong. The reason they move slowly is because they know how painful it can be when trust is broken. What makes this situation so interesting is that your presence has managed to reach them despite all those defenses. Something about you has touched their heart in a way they did not expect. Even though they tried to remain emotionally guarded, your energy has slowly started to soften those walls they built. Since interacting with you, their perspective has begun to change. They've started thinking about possibilities that they normally would not allow themselves to consider. Thoughts about a future connection with you have quietly entered their mind. These thoughts may have surprised them because they were not planning to feel this way again. When someone who has protected their heart for a long time begins thinking about another person in this way, it can create confusion inside them. They may question why your presence affects them so strongly. They might find themselves wondering why conversations with you stay in their mind long after they have ended. They might replay small moments or simple words you shared, trying to understand why those interactions meant so much. Sometimes they may catch themselves thinking about you unexpectedly. A memory of something you said, the tone of your voice, or the way you expressed yourself might return to their mind. These thoughts appear quietly but consistently, and each time it reminds them that there's something about you that feels different. This person is currently standing at an emotional crossroads. One part of them still carries the caution created by their past experiences. That part of them reminds them to move slowly and protect themselves. But another part of them feels curious and hopeful when they think about you. It is almost like two emotions are existing inside them at the same time. One side wants to stay safe and guarded. The other side wants to explore what this connection with you could become. They may not fully understand their own feelings yet, but they are becoming aware that something meaningful is unfolding. At the same time, this person has been going through a period of personal transition. They have been trying to move away from emotional chaos or situations that once created stress in their life. They may have spent time reflecting on what they truly want and what kind of life they hope to create moving forward. During this period of change, they have been searching for peace and emotional balance. They want stability rather than drama. They want calm rather than confusion. They are learning how to leave behind patterns or relationships that once made them feel overwhelmed. When they think about you, something very peaceful enters their mind. Your presence seems to bring a calming effect to their thoughts. When they interact with you or even remember a conversation you shared, they feel a sense of emotional relief. For a moment, the worries that usually fill their minds seem to fade away. Being around you or simply thinking about you gives them the feeling that life could be lighter and less complicated. It feels almost as if your energy allows them to step away from the emotional weight they have been carrying. Your presence feels soothing to them. It is like a quiet space where their mind can finally rest. That feeling is very powerful for someone who has been through emotional turbulence. Because of this, they are beginning to associate you with comfort and peace. Another very strong aspect of this connection is the way this person sees you. In their eyes, you carry a powerful and attractive presence. There is something about your energy that naturally draws people toward you. You may not even be trying to attract attention, but your natural confidence and authenticity stand out. There's a warmth in the way you interact with others. There is a sense of honesty in the way you express yourself. These qualities create a magnetic energy around you. This person notices these things about you very clearly. They pay attention to the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, and the way others respond to your presence. They may admire your independence and the way you seem comfortable being your true self. To them, you appear strong yet vibrant at the same time. You have a presence that feels alive and genuine. That combination makes you very difficult to ignore. Even if they try to remain emotionally distant, your energy continues to pull their attention back toward you. What fascinates them the most is that you seem authentic. You are not trying to impress anyone by pretending to be something you are not. You simply express yourself naturally, and that honesty creates a refreshing energy around you. For someone who has spent time protecting their heart, meeting someone with this kind of authenticity feels rare. It makes them curious about who you truly are. It makes them want to understand you more deeply. Behind their calm exterior, this person actually carries a very deep emotional world. They may not show it easily, but their ability to feel love, care, and connection runs much deeper than most people realize. Their heart is capable of strong emotional bonds, but they have simply been careful about where they place that love. Now, because of your presence, those emotions are beginning to awaken again. Slowly, quietly, and carefully, they are starting to open their heart to the possibility that this connection with you could become something meaningful. There's someone connected to your energy who feels emotions very deeply, but they're not the kind of person who easily reveals what is happening inside their heart. This is someone who experiences feelings strongly, yet they have learned how to keep those emotions controlled and contained. On the outside, they may appear calm, balanced, and emotionally steady. They do not easily show when something affects them, and they rarely allow their emotions to take control of their actions. But inside, their emotional world is very active and intense. This person carries a strong sense of emotional maturity. They are not someone who becomes hot-headed or reacts impulsively when situations become stressful or heated. Instead, they tend to stay grounded and thoughtful. Even when things around them become chaotic, they usually keep their composure. They are the type of person who tries to understand situations rather than reacting quickly out of anger or frustration. Because of this, people around them often see them as stable and dependable. They also have the ability to calm others when emotions run high. When someone around them becomes upset or angry, they naturally step into a role where they try to bring peace to the situation. Their presence can have a soothing effect on people. They know how to listen, how to slow things down, and how to help others return to a calmer state of mind. This emotional balance is one of the qualities that makes them stand out. Even though they seem calm on the outside, there is a deep emotional sensitivity inside them, especially when it comes to you. Their connection to you touches something genuine within their heart. They may not openly express everything they feel, but that does not mean the emotions are not there. In fact, when they think about you, their feelings can become very strong. They simply process those emotions internally rather than showing them immediately. This person tends to think carefully about their feelings before revealing them. Their personality is naturally reflective, and their past experiences have taught them to move slowly when it comes to matters of the heart. Instead of rushing into emotional situations, they prefer to take their time, observe the connection, and understand what they are truly feeling. Their silence or calm behavior may sometimes make it difficult to read their emotions, but it does not mean they are uninterested. It simply means they are thoughtful and cautious. There's also an energy here suggesting that something meaningful may be beginning to form between you and this person. This connection feels like the start of something that could grow into something stable and long-lasting. It is not just about attraction or temporary curiosity. When this person thinks about you, they begin to imagine possibilities that go deeper than that. In their mind, you may already appear as someone who could become important in their future. The idea of building something real with you has already crossed their mind. Even if they have not spoken about it openly, the thought has quietly entered their heart. They may imagine what life would look like if this connection developed into something more serious. The feelings they have toward you are not fleeting. They feel like the beginning of something that could grow if both people allow it the time and space it needs. However, at the same time, there is a sense of stillness mixed with inner conflict happening within this person. Their mind seems to be filled with thoughts that they are constantly trying to sort through. Sometimes their own thoughts disturb their peace because they are analyzing everything very deeply. They are questioning their emotions, examining their past experiences, and trying to decide what the right step forward might be. Part of them feels a strong pull to move forward and explore this connection more openly. That side of them is curious and hopeful. It wants to understand where this connection could lead and whether it could become something meaningful and lasting. But another part of them still carries fears from past experiences. Those past situations may have left emotional scars that make them cautious about opening their heart again. Because of this, they often find themselves in a quiet inner debate. Their thoughts may circle around questions like whether it is truly safe to trust someone again. They may ask themselves if they are emotionally ready for a deep relationship. They might wonder whether opening their heart could lead to happiness or whether it might lead to disappointment again. These questions can make them pause and reflect before taking action. They may also think about what could happen if they allowed themselves to become vulnerable with you. Vulnerability is something that requires courage, especially for someone who has been hurt before. So they are trying to understand whether this connection is strong and safe enough for them to take that risk. They do not want to rush into something without knowing that it has the potential to grow into something real. Because of this internal struggle, their actions may sometimes appear slow or uncertain from the outside. You might feel that they hesitate or hold back when expressing themselves. But this hesitation does not mean their feelings are not genuine. In fact, it is often the opposite. Their feelings may be strong enough that they want to approach the situation with care and seriousness. This person is someone who prefers to build connections slowly and meaningfully rather than rushing into emotional decisions. They want to be sure about what they feel and about what the future could look like before they fully open their heart. They are navigating their emotions carefully, trying to balance their hopes with their fears. So even if their pace seems slower than expected, the sincerity behind their emotions should not be underestimated. What they feel for you is not superficial. It comes from a deeper place inside them. And while they may still be processing their thoughts and emotions, the possibility of something meaningful between you already exists within their heart. A strong message of clarity and honesty surrounds this connection. You are someone who values truth and clear communication. You not enjoy confusion or emotional games. Because of your strong and honest nature, this person is slowly realizing that if they want to be close to you, they must approach you with sincerity. After a period of inner conflict or hesitation, they may soon start expressing their thoughts more openly. They understand that you deserve honesty, and they are beginning to gather the courage to speak from the heart. This person has also thought about the possibility of a long-term relationship with you. When they look at you, they see qualities that could fit into a stable and meaningful partnership. The idea of building something lasting with you has crossed their mind more than once. It does not necessarily mean they are making immediate plans, but the thought of long-term compatibility with you is definitely present in their mind. Their personality appears to be disciplined and serious about responsibilities. They may come from a structured environment or have a mindset where loyalty, duty, and commitment are important. Because of this, they tend to take relationships seriously. For them, being with someone means protecting, supporting, and standing by that person. When they commit emotionally, they want to give their full effort and remain loyal. Around you, this person feels unusually vulnerable. This is not something they experience often. Something about your energy makes their emotional walls soften. They feel exposed in a way that can be both beautiful and intimidating. On one side, they feel safe enough to show parts of themselves they usually hide. On the other side, realizing how deeply they feel for you can make them nervous. Their attraction toward you is very strong. Your presence excites them and creates both emotional and passionate feelings. You have affected them in ways they never expected. They may not have planned to care this deeply, but your energy has touched their heart and influenced their thoughts more than they imagined. This person also feels proud of you. They admire your strength, your personality, and the way you carry yourself. When they think about you, they see someone admirable and impressive. They would not mind showing you to the world because being connected to you makes them feel proud. There is also a sense of mutual respect between two strong personalities. Both of you may have your own independence and identity, which creates a balanced connection. Even if this person sometimes tries to hide or run away from their feelings, the emotional pull toward you remains strong. Deep down, they desire meaningful conversations with you. They want those quiet moments where they can open their heart and share their deeper thoughts. When the world becomes quiet and emotional walls come down, they feel the strongest urge to connect with you on a deeper level. Your presence has awakened emotions in them that they cannot easily ignore. There may come a moment when this person finally feels ready to open up and share what they truly feel inside. Right now, the energy around this situation shows that this connection is deeper than it may appear. It is not just simple attraction or a passing emotion. This person sees something meaningful in you. They recognize qualities in you that they truly value, qualities that make them feel that you could be someone important in their life. However, they are still being careful with their emotions. Their past experiences have made them more cautious. They may have been hurt before or may have made mistakes in previous relationships that they do not want to repeat. Because of that, they are moving slowly and protecting their heart. This is why they may sometimes appear distant or guarded, even though their feelings are real. But the truth is, it is becoming harder for them to ignore what they feel for you. No matter how much they try to stay careful, your presence continues to stay on their mind. The emotions they have for you are growing, and over time they may feel more ready to express them openly. The most important message here is that this connection carries emotional meaning for both of you. Even if things develop slowly, the bond between you has already made an impact on them. Sometimes the strongest and most stable relationships are the ones that grow slowly, because they are built on genuine understanding and real emotions. So this connection has the potential to become something meaningful over time. With patience and understanding, it can grow into something deeper and more stable. Your presence has already touched this person's heart, even if they have not fully shown it yet.